Alright, what I have here is the Lionel MPC Chicago and Alton set. Well, it ain't the whole set. This is obviously just the locomotive, but I do have the whole set. And this is the first time this engine's been opened. I have it since brand new. I see we got people go crazy. They see these vinyl gears, but yep, it's got vinyl gears. This one's vinyl, and it looks like that one down there, the drive gear, is vinyl. The one that the little gear drives. It's got magnet traction. It hasn't been serviced, like I said, ever. It's been in storage since 1983. This is 2020, December 2020. So, needless to say, it runs like hell. We're gonna give it a grease job. I'll wait till you see these brushes. So this is really, I mean, how worn out these things are. I'm gonna turn it around. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. Those brushes they're way down there. They are worn out. I really don't remember running this thing. I got it since brand new. I don't remember running it that much. Apparently I did. And certainly wasn't run recently. Just a short test, and it says it ran like hell. Alright, I'm going to take this apart and see what's going on with those brushes. We'll clean the commutator and put a new set of brushes in. Alright, we're going to change these brushes in this engine. I never had this apart before. It looks pretty much like any other engine with these so-called pancake motors. There's the E unit, pretty typical Lionel. But these brushes are like, man, are they totally shot. So we're going to put brand new ones in. The first time I'm using this camera holder here. My wife just bought this for me for Christmas. It's what this black rubber thing is. That's the base. I got some nice LED lights to brighten things up a little. We'll see how this goes. All right, let's get. There was a piece of tape across this, I guess, to prevent it from shorting against the shell. Here's the new brushes, by the way. This is a really good running engine. Typical Lionel construction. It's amazing how they kept the original design. Looks like the original brush plate that they used on the old engines. Looks like the brush plate from the Dawn 226E pre-war. Alright, take this off. It's not that dirty. Pretty shot. And our friend, lighter fluid. Lighter fluid is your friend. Clean all this. Look at that, huh? All the carbon brushes. I mean, it's not like a big problem. It's just keeping it clean. This lighter fluid is wonderful. Look, I take the goo from the tape, takes that off. Great stuff. Okay, just making sure everything is in view there. And I'm going to get a little piece of paper towel. And some lighter fluid on it. Clean this commutator. Hold it in the back. I completely disconnected this from the shell. I passed the wires through the hole. You got to pass them through one at a time. They don't fit through together. That's the a little trick. These are the cheaper armatures. They got the little plastic things on there. They're not made like the old ones. They work, I guess. Yeah, they look for ways to cheapen these things. Well, I guess they still work. Now this is the proper way to change brushes. You know, I mean, you can cheat and just pull back the springs, but how are you going to do this? And how are you going to clean the back of the brush plate if you don't do this? Now, another thing we have to do, you never touch this with metal, I'm just pointing. Clean these slits out. They look clean anyway, but you always got to make sure that those are nice and clean. So how do you clean those? Popsicle sticks. I'm sorry. From the cotton swabs, the sticks. When you're done with it, you break it off and you get this nice little sharp edge. You take that sharp edge and you just do like this. And you clean it. You get your paper towel and you wipe it off. But I guess this doesn't look that dirty. The older ones, this crap can build up, this carbon. You got to clean it out. This here is a slightly different design. If it gets dull, you can snap it. Hopefully you get a nice sharp end like that. Yeah, this design's a little different than the older one. It's a little more open. These the dividing lines there are a little more open. All right, let's clean that. You know what else is a good idea to do? Let me get a piece of this stuff. The crocus cloth. But you know what? Yeah, it's really not that bad. To polish this up a little bit in the crocus cloth. It's very hard to get in there. It's so damn tight. People don't even know what crocus cloth is. This is it. See, right on there, look, crocus cloth. Amazing, right? Crocus cloth. Crystal Bay crocus cloth by 3M. This is super abrasive, very fine, leaves no residue. Like, you should never ever use emery. Oh, never use emery. They tell you to use this instead of emery. When you want to do a commutator, get off a little bit of the black gunk here. I mean, it's only the central portion where the brush rides, but still you want to make it nice and clean. And when I bought this engine, I also bought the Norfolk and Western, which I haven't touched yet. That's still in its box. Just like this one. It's been wrapped up since 1983. So when we get this one all done, we'll pull that one out. Yeah, this really wasn't that dirty. This is good. And over here, I got a little bit. Yeah, get that right off. Stuff is amazing. You got to dress down any kind of metal. This stuff is just amazing. All right, now once we do that, we'll take another nice piece of paper towel and get some lighter fluid. Stuff is great. Just go over it one more time. Make sure it's nice and clean. Yeah, really nice. Okay. All right, now we've got to get the new brushes in, which is always fun. Oh, we've got to clean in here. I almost forgot. Yeah, when you do that, you have to take the cotton swab and you got to trim it down because it's too fat to fit in there. You got to pull some of this stuff off. You got to thin it out a little. Once you get it thinned out, of course, take your friend, lighter fluid, and just give the whole little scrub just to make sure it's nice and clean. All that stuff, that's where the brush is going to ride up and down as it wears without binding. If it gets stuck, just go right through. You don't want to mess up that spring. Once you get to a certain point, you got to go past it. You can't come back no more. You don't want to bend it. Yeah, look at that, huh? Dirty. Okay. Marvelous. Now, what we can do is, let's see, this goes like this. What we could try to do, we're going to oil this too when we're all done. Boy, they didn't leave you a lot of wire here, did they? Awfully short. Anyway, we're going to try just setting them down. Thusly, let's see if we can get them in whole. Boy, that wire is short. That is ridiculous. Got one in. Let's see if we can coax it in. It's thick. Think we got it? Yeah, I think we got it. Come on, you son of a gun. And also got to get the shaft, the motor shaft. All three are going to line up. Okay, let's see, we got a problem here. This one's sideways. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it the easy way. You know what the easy way is? You put them in with the slit facing the spring, put it in the holder. Hopefully this is going to work. This is a short wire. You just turn the damn engine over. Oh, still fell out. Alright, I am going to pause this so I can wrestle with this a little. Alright, I got it in. I had to use the upside down method. I kept going back and forth, but I got to admit this one was a real son of a gun to get in. I put one screw in, and what you do is you use one of those broken off sticks. You just rotate the brush so the spring is in the that little line. Some of the original brushes don't have that. Alright, we'll put the other screw back. And before you tighten it, just make sure you're not binding any wires. Everything is free. Everything feels good. Tighten it down. Yeah, them brushes were shot. Okay. Alright, that looks good. Very nice. Now for some lubrication. This one here sticks a little bit, but it pops right up. You see this sometimes with these things. Lubrication. We want to lubricate. This is the axle that goes right across over here. In fact, this is old oil. Here, and here. Excuse me. And here, and here. All right, let's get going. We'll talk about it. Just let's do it. Yeah, not a lot. Still. A nice drop. On this side. On this side. This side. This side. Okay. back to this. I had a short intermission there. The water alarm went off this rainstorm we're having. Got a little bit of water seepage. Anyway, yeah, back in here. The ends of the roller. Just the ends. It'll work its way in. These things here, you want to put a little drop there. It always helps. This is a 3-in-1 motor oil, heavy motor oil. Because you don't want oil that's too light. This whole linkage has got to be oiled. Just a drop. You'll be amazed how this helps. This linkage moves around a lot. It'll squeak, wear out. Like any mechanical thing that moves, it's got to be oiled. Not crazy, just lubricated. I'm sure I'm in the field of view here. I guess that's the first time I'm using this stand for the camera. Today is Christmas Day, and that was one of my Christmas presents from my wife. Alright, we got all that. This bottle of wipe, put it over here. Everything looks like it moves really good. A little bit of grease. I forgot to fill my grease cartridge. I think I got enough in there. Let's see if I can reach for it. I buy this really good synthetic grease from Harbor Freight and put it in this. These are dental irrigators. Oh, it works beautiful for this. Absolutely wonderful. Just a little bit on the teeth. Get it around, it'll work its way on the other teeth. Yeah, nice, these things reach all the way inside. Look at that. Like it was made for it. You can put the word Lionel on this. Call them Lionel lubricators. Just watch what you're doing. You don't want to get, like over here, grease on the flange, and you end up with grease on the tracks. And the last thing we want is grease on the tracks. We don't want grease on the tracks. We want grease on the train. Some in here. Very good. Wipe off a little bit of this excess here. Don't be afraid to wipe off excess. You're getting plenty on there too. Other little things that really should be done. Clean this. And that is the shaft that these little things. You know, gear over here, a little drop on the shaft, and the one down here, a little drop on the shaft without getting it on any wheels. Right here, motor, drop or two, let that get in there. The other side, see the older ones, this was just phenolic. You had a phenolic bearing. If you didn't oil it, the damn thing screams. Make sure it's oiled. No, she's going to run good, I think. Oh, I think she's going to run really good. What's left to do? What's left to do? This thing was... I thought it was... I made a mark on that. Alright, anyway. The E unit. What are we going to do with the E unit? What are we going to do with the E unit? Well, the first thing we're going to do... cover the shell so we don't get anything on it. I don't want to get spray on it. And then you get our other friend, the oxide. And we're going to hit this A unit. Put the towel down. Right in there. Right in there. Spray it good. Work it all in there. That's it. Yeah, deoxy D5 here. I'll show it to you. aerosol, D5 aerosol. I had an E unit that would work, would function, but the train would not reverse. It wouldn't go forward, it wouldn't do nothing, it would just sat there. Yet when I checked it with an ohm meter, the ohm meter said everything was good. All I did is give it a shot at the oxide, and the damn thing sprung to life. All right, this is done, I think. Do you believe this is done? Getting the brushes all greased, lube, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put it back in the shell. I don't remember how this goes back. I never had this apart before. All right, let's put the grease away. Okay. I gotta get the wires through the hole. I'm gonna pause this. All right, I got that back together. It's one of the most annoying engines I ever had to put back together. It really is a pain in the rear end between these stupid wires in the back. That's why I love the new ones with the wireless tethering. It's the only thing I like that's modern. All right, so we get these things back in the holes without scratching the paint. All right. Okay. Apparently it's got the spots for the flag poles. The flag holders. These things. This is an old one, right? But they're not there. We'll have to find a pair and put them in there. All right. Now what? We got that together. We got to put the nose on the stupid light bulb. We got the plastic, the cheap plastic light bulb in there. Good old MPC. It runs good. All right, here's the engine's nose. I'm going to put this back on the boiler front. We got a little screw that goes in the top to hold that. Is this the screw? This is not the screw, which is the screw. And I misplaced the screw. Here it is. There it is. Okay. Boiler front is back on. What do I see? I see it looks like it's not together properly. That's what I see. All right, then we go again. Okay, one more time. I thought those things went in kind of easy. Yeah, there was a wire pinched under there from this ridiculous cheap headlight. Okay, yeah, I just tested it. It runs good. I finally got it back together. This thing's a pain in the neck. I mean, a pain in the neck to get back together. All right, what do we got to do now? All right, now we got this here. I guess these are the screws. Okay. You can see what's under there. You can see the E unit, bottom of the E unit exposed. I can't believe how short they made these wires. I know you don't want them flopping around. Gee whiz. All right, this thing goes on. Just two screws holding on. Imagine that. Thusly. Put one there. See, I'm getting dust in there. Big screwdriver. Yeah, this is a nice set. I think the dining car came out a few years later. Of course, I bought it. When this came out, the Blue Comet came out also. They made a similar, we're going to put some oil in here. They made a similar Blue Comet set. Similar engine, except the Blue Comet had that water tank, whatever it is, over the top of the boiler, the front of the boiler. Yeah, so make sure we don't get any on there. Alrighty. This looks like it is complete AVU and ready to rock and roll down the rails. So we'll test it out. See if this camera can see. Move it over this way. There you go. I'm going to put the train on the track. Test track. This is our test track. If it runs on this, we're brave enough to go outside to the layout. Alright, clip. Where's the other one? Here it is. Okay, CZE. Got the wheel on the track. Alright, try it again. Oop, there we go. She's lively. The unit's working beautiful. Nice and quiet. I think we got a good engine here. Certainly runs better than it did before we started. Alright, so that's your MPC. Let me move this track. That's your MPC Chicago and Alton, the Alton Limited. That's the engine. I'll show you the tender. Tender is very interesting. It has the 659 it's got written on. It's got this little chugga mechanism here. As this thing turns, it rotates and rubs there. And we're going to clean and lubricate this too. I'm not even going to bother taking it. I see foam rubber in there. It's probably all rotted. I'm not even going to touch it. There's nothing really in there to touch. There's nothing mechanized. This is all electronic. I'm just going to clean the electrical, oil the wheels, and we got a done deal. All right. Oh, we got a nice stanchions. These look like the original stanchions around the railing. And it's all metal. Very well done for MPC. Beautiful set. All right. Hope you got something out of this. I sure did. Some frustration. This thing's a pain in the neck to put together. All righty. Take care.